was that movie called? Was it Split?
It's a metaphor.
Which
one?
The one with Adrien Brody fucking his lab.
Splice.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Splice?
No, but it sounds like I don't want to.
Oh my. Okay, so quick
You're not
summary.
selling it to me.
Quick summary of the movie: Adrien Brody and another woman splice together. His wife.
It's his wife.
Yeah. They splice together. They're genetic splicers. They splice together a bunch of like weird animals to make some dumb little blobs, right? But then they're like, what if we like put human DNA in that? So they go ahead and do it anyway. And instead of it being like a human, like a blob, like everything else, it's like starts off like a little chicken thing, but then it gets like more and more human. So Adrien Brody fucks it.
Naturally, as one does.
And then it kills him, and then it changes sex.
Spoilers!
And it fucks her.
Okay.
And then she kills it, and then she's pregnant, and then the movie ends.
Okay, I will be looking that up later.
It's on Netflix. Shall we dive into our asshole stories? Like we're here.
Let's go.
You know, we are here for another episode, another full episode of Everyone Sucks Here with Sam, Sushie, and AJ.
I'm Sam.
I'm Sushie.
I'm AJ, and we did it. We nailed the intro. You know why we nailed it? Because Sam wasn't the one doing the talking. So if Sam talks, Sushie drinks.
Wow. We're gonna vote you off the island.
Seriously.
So,
you see,
it's a lady podcast now.
So I took a drink,
Bye, AJ.
but you'll never even notice because I know when to drink.
You know what day it is?
No.
It's Throat Chop Wednesday.
Oh, fuck.
It's Wednesday, AJ, because that's the day the podcast come out. Hello.
She really did hit me with that Throat Chop Wednesday bullshit though earlier. That's not even like a thing. She literally said, "You know what day it is?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And she's like, and she points somewhere, and I look over there, and she says, so I look, and she goes, "It's Throat Chop Wednesday," and chops me in the fucking throat when I'm looking away. Like,
Sam, do you have an older brother?
I do.
Yeah, this adds up. This adds up.
She got one of them super older brothers.
Yo, calm down. Calm down. All right.
She had to fight for her life, okay?
Sometimes you just gotta be an oops baby. All right.
Right. Oh my God, I'm an oops baby too.
Oh my God, is that what's wrong with us?
Yeah, that must be it. We were just like not raised by anyone. We're kind of orphans.
Oh my God, we are. Oh shit.
Yeah. You know, we probably had to change our own diapers.
There's nothing like having siblings but being raised like an only child.
Yep. Yes. Literally. Yes.
Yep.
I have 3 much older siblings, and I was raised like an only child.
My brother is 17 years older than I am.
My oldest sister is 13 years older than me, and everyone thought I was her child.
Yep. Everybody always thought that I was my brother's kid. It also doesn't help that we kind of like look alike.
Well, I mean, you're siblings, so.
Well, I'm saying like we really look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically just
Your brother dad.
My brother dad.
I have the like in high school, everyone would think my dad was my grandpa. They're like, "Is that your grandpa dad?" Like, who is that?
Yep.
That's my old ass dad. Guys.
Yeah. My parents were older. And I always got the, is that your grandpa? Is that your grandma? No, that's my mom.
Oh my God, that's why we get along so well, because we're orphans.
Oh my God.
So I'm definitely not like, my siblings aren't like vastly older than me, but I am the youngest of 4, and 2 of them are like our step siblings. So I have 2 step brothers, and then I have like a sister. So I definitely got that, hey, we're done raising kids. So just kind of fend for yourself treatment, you know? Like, so
pretty much, yes.
While it wasn't like, oh, they're much older, it was just like, you're the youngest, just to figure it out. Like, you saw what they did, just don't fuck it up.
Don't die.
Exactly, just don't die.
The key is under the mat. Warm something up. Like, that was pretty much my childhood.
For my childhood, a lot of it was like, like for Allie, it was like, oh yeah, we're here to support you and everything. And then as I got older, my parents were like, well, we're going to take these jobs where we're going to be on the road all the time. So, make your own dinner. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm only 8, but all right.
I'll figure it out. I'm walking
I'll
home from the
figure it
bus
out.
stop. Don't
Thank God for fucking Easy Mac.
It's the only one you got.
God.
Jesus Christ. Well, that explains our personalities.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense now.
When you're the youngest, I feel like you're also probably the funniest. Just saying.
I think you have to be.
I think you have to be. Yeah.
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 You have to be.
Yeah.
Because no one takes you seriously because you're the youngest.
Yeah.
So you have to have something going
What was
for
that? You hit puberty.
I don't know. I definitely my voice suddenly it cracked.
Yeah.
I hit like
It's
super puberty.
It's a childhood trauma coming through his vocal cords.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It absolutely is. I can't afford for my voice to crack anymore, though. It's just going to get too deep, and then suddenly I'm going to be stuck like this forever.
You're just going to be Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Or not Sam Neill, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah. Gotta get on over here.
God, he's going to have to grow the mustache, too.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, my God.
Have you ever, okay, before we dive into these assholes, have you ever seen...
Diving into assholes.
Before we dive into these assholes.
Have you ever seen Sam Elliott
Consensually, we're diving into assholes.
without a mustache?
Sam Elliott without a mustache?
Have you ever seen it?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
It's terrifying. Don't look up Sam Elliott without a mustache.
Okay.
That is a man who he forever needs to have that mustache because it's hiding something, and that thing is his terrible upper lip. But I guess my Sam Elliott tangent. There he is.
Oh, wait. I just typed in young Sam Elliott, but he has the mustache everywhere.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You don't look him up without the mustache. A young Sam Elliott kind of looks like Burt Reynolds a little bit. Like he got that Burt Reynolds mustache. It's not like that long, dangly one.
Right.
But he definitely looks like
a very serious porn stash.
Yes, he could be laying on a bearskin rug in front of a in front of a fireplace
with a glass of cognac. Very sensual.
Oh yeah. All right.
Here, have a sexy picture of young, middle-aged, and old Sam Elliott.
All you had to say was Roadhouse. That's my homie.
Wait, he was in Roadhouse?
I didn't.
Yes.
I've never seen Roadhouse.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay,
what?
Okay. Hold on. So the only reason why I know about Roadhouse is because my cousin named her kid after Dalton in the movie.
Dalton's the best. Okay, we're gonna have a Johnny Depp double feature.
Wait, Johnny Depp's in that movie?
I mean, I'm sorry, not Johnny Depp. God, the other one. Patrick Swayze. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Swayze,
I was about to say, I got so confused.
I'm sorry, I confused myself. I just woke up. Everyone leave me alone. We're going to have a Patrick Swayze double feature, okay?
Okay.
But Roadhouse
And
is
Point
the
Break.
best.
And Dirty Dancing.
Point Break.
All right. Final tangent before we dive into these assholes. Okay. Yesterday, or Monday when I was getting my haircut, this is all tying together because it comes back to Patrick Swayze. I'm sitting there, I'm getting my haircut, we're all masked up, and then suddenly I hear She is the Wind or whatever, that Patrick Swayze song that he sings, like the only song that he does. And I got really excited.
Wind.
Yeah, exactly. She's like the wind through my dreams. You know that
Yep. Never heard
it.
it.
Oh my God, come on.
Damn,
I got so excited, and I was like, I'm sitting there with my mask on, and like she got her mask on, she's cutting my hair, and I'm like, that's Patrick Swayze, and she looks at me, I'm like, Patrick Swayze, and I was like, she's the wind, it's in Dirty Dancing soundtrack, and then she's like, oh yeah, I guess I don't know, and I'm like,
oh my God, that song is so delightfully terrible. Like you have to get excited.
I know.
It's terrible, but it's amazing.
Oh, God, I wish I could play it just so it wasn't like... I know. Go look that song up, everybody. Okay, let's dive into these assholes.
The music video, too.
Look up the music video. Watch Dirty Dancing. It's in that, too. That scene where he has to break into his own car with the thing. Mm-hmm. He kicks that stump or whatever, and he pulls it up and breaks.
This is AJ's mom energy coming out.
It really is. I've seen Dirty Dancing one time, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, my God.
I unironically love Dirty Dancing.
I do, too.
It's the best.
It's fucking... I used to watch it all the time. Come on.
It's literally a good... it's such a good movie. It's good. And it's short.
And they got that
See?
sister,
Double feature.
the weird sister, I wanna,
Yes. I want to go to the show, Dad. I'm going to be in the show.
Okay. We're losing our minds over this, and Sam is just sitting
I
here
have no idea. I only know the one Dirty Dancing.
I can tell you what we're doing the moment we finish recording this.
We're watching Dirty Dancing.
And then Roadhouse, and then Point Break.
Yep. That's what we're doing today, guys. Sorry.
And we're going to pretend they're all one canon story.
They're definitely in the same universe, at least.
Okay.
I have seen Ghosts, though. Does that count?
Okay.
It does. It counts.
I mean,
It got Whoopi Goldberg in it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
Am I the assholes? We got some good ones. We have some good ones.
Yeah.
If you guys wouldn't mind, I got mine pulled up. You mind if I go ahead and dive into it? Because
Dive into
that asshole, baby.
diving in. Here we go.
Minda grumbled in the back.
All right. Am I the asshole for not donating my liver due to a lawsuit and the person died?
Whoa.
Yeah, we get in there.
But what? Okay.
So my 24 male, partner's 23 female, close friend and boss, 50s male, at the mechanic shop needed a liver transplant. They had been on the list for a while and getting nowhere. Lots of us got tested and I was a match. We were all happy and thrilled that this direct donation could take place. I'm about to burp. I'm trying not to.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Eat it.
I'm trying. A week before the surgery date, police showed up at our house to arrest my partner as her boss. The person who is getting a piece of my liver had accused her of theft, claimed she'd stolen thousands from his bank account and stolen from the cash box. The police showed us the CCTV in which she reaches into the box, takes money, and walks out of frame. 15 times, 15 days, 15 accusations. The police admitted they had no proof it was theft and no clue of the amount taken, as she used the box to take customers' money and change. The police said they didn't see how she accessed the bank accounts, and they felt that this was some sort of insurance fraud and they needed a scapegoat. I immediately rang the hospital and backed out of the surgery. We got on with our lives. Partner found a new job and attended the court date where the case was thrown out 6 months later. A week after the case was dismissed, we got word boss had died. No one else had been a match or willing to get tested after news got out, and they never found a match in the transplant system in time. I feel so guilty. I allowed someone to die, pretty much murdered them. I let pettiness get in the way of saving a life. Partner and friends feel I did the right thing. None of this is on me and not giving a piece of me to a person possibly putting my partner in prison for a long time. A week before surgery is my choice and the right choice. Boss's friends and family have been ringing nonstop, harassing us at our jobs and posting online at how I'm a murderer and killed boss, that I should have given the liver anyway and been a good person. I feel I should have given it, but who bites the hand that feeds? I didn't want to get cut open, risk dying and other complications for someone who didn't take care of me and mine, for someone who didn't take care of me and mine, but now someone is dead from something I could have prevented. I'm conflicted and losing sleep over this. Am I the asshole for not giving my liver to the person accusing my partner of theft and them later dying?
Wow. This is one of those times where I wish we were filming so you could see my face the entire time. I just feel like karma is real, and I don't think that's being petty personally if someone accused me or the person that I was with of theft, and in that case it would probably be a felony if they were convicted. I wouldn't still give them part of my liver.
So here and there is an edit to this, just so we'll discuss it, and I'll get to the edit after we talk about it a little bit. So here's the thing. What I'm originally confused about is that he listed this person as a friend, or at least a friend of his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he has anything to really feel guilty of personally. Like, I don't think it's murder, especially because this was somebody, it wasn't just like hey, you know, like he came up and they had a discussion. It was like, hey, you know, I'm missing a lot of money, you know, and you're the last person that saw this. And they had a discussion about it. The police straight up showed up at their house to arrest her. Like, he literally he went, before going to his friend, he went to the police.
He went straight to the police.
And said, fuck this bitch, I'm gonna get her arrested.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm like, one, how close were you to do that? But two, like...
Right.
Well, you know, my thing is, if you need an organ to survive, why the fuck would you piss off
the people that are giving it to you?
who are giving you the ability to live? Why would you do that? Like, even if she had stolen this money, which it looks like she, you know, the case got thrown out, she wasn't guilty. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Even for some insurance fraud, like, why would you choose the person who is donating their liver to you?
Yeah. He could have chosen anyone as a scapegoat. Why did he choose her? Like, what did he think was going to happen?
Yeah. Oh, let me arrest this girl, then take her boyfriend's liver and live my happy life.
I definitely think like, this is one of those situations where I can see why he would feel guilty. Because, you know, this is not a normal scenario that happens, right? You know, and this is someone who did end up dying, but
I think
he shouldn't feel guilty. He shouldn't be made to feel guilty by the family because he chose not to give his liver to this guy because of what he did. But I can understand why he feels like, you know,
I can understand
willingly let this person die.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think he nailed it when he said, "Don't bite the hand that fucking feeds you." Like,
no, seriously,
like, you know, like you were getting an organ that you need to live. This isn't just like a oh, you know, like some dumb bullshit thing.
A graft or something,
right? This is like, you need this shit to fucking live. And you're gonna, I mean, at the very least, get the organ, then do this shit if you're really gonna be that asshole about it. But like,
I guess, yeah.
So the edit said, you know, this blew up. Thanks for the words, positive vibes. Clearing up a few things. Girlfriend didn't steal. She was just doing her job, getting change, paying invoices. The wife, who admitted to stealing later, simply used footage of her accessing the cash box to try to make it seem like she stole. I didn't state that she was innocent, as it's innocent until proven guilty, and she wasn't found guilty. My mistake. It's been pointed out that the boss was... it's been pointed out with boss so unwell, perhaps it wasn't him doing this, but his wife. That's a great point I never considered, and now makes me feel even more guilty. I should have checked. We're in the UK, so I guess our legal system works differently in the States, and that I didn't have to pay a bail, just simply take her home and take her to the court dates. This could be why the policemen told us straight that it seemed like bull and were very candid and kind to us. They even brought us lunch, and then one went to Subway. I'm sorry that police got you Subway. Also, as said, the surgery would have probably been canceled anyway, as I did have another welfare check or two scheduled for that week with the transplant team at the hospital, and I was hugely stressed out. My work gave me that week and following off anyway for being such a good sport. I'm not sure what the welfare check.
That would have been
like a mental check, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, okay.
Probably that, and also like a physical to make sure everything's going well. Because you know, if you're stressed out, you know everything else in your body is
and it's going to damage your organs.
Yeah. So.
I mean,
adrenaline is terrible on your body.
This is just one of those things, like, you know, like you said, it's fucking karma's a bitch. Like, you know, hearing the thing about maybe it being the wife.
I know that's
like,
unsettling.
That's unsettling, and that's also like, I mean, I understand hearing that probably makes him feel worse, but at the same time, it's like, fuck. I mean, he shouldn't feel like a murderer. The wife should. You know, she not only did she try to defraud her fucking husband and steal from his company, but her actions essentially put them on this road to not getting this fucking liver transplant. Like,
right, so it's not necessarily like their fault or their problem. I couldn't imagine feeling guilty over this situation.
I definitely think it would be something I would feel weird about. I don't know, like I I don't know about how guilty I would feel, but I guess it all depends on. I mean, he said he's getting harassed and stuff constantly. So
Yeah.
It's like, if people are constantly yelling at you, like saying you're a fucking murderer, like I can understand
true.
That's gonna the stress is gonna build up at some point. But like he shouldn't. I don't think he should. He's not a murderer. He didn't do anything like to, like it's just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
So
That's really bad. I feel bad for them.
my official rating is not the asshole.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the asshole.
Not
What
the
does it
asshole.
say
Not
on
the asshole for
the thing?
Most people are saying not the
Yeah,
asshole here.
not the asshole, yeah.
Like, saying you don't own or you don't owe anybody an organ. Like it's your organs, and honestly, like whether it was the boss that did this or the boss's wife, I mean, it's not on him regardless. Somebody else did this and decided, hey, this would be a good idea to set up this innocent woman for stealing. Like
right.
hopefully the wife gets some comeuppance from this, or gets like some sort of gets arrested or something for
Fraud,
embezzlement or whatever.
I'm sure if she's admitted to it, she's probably under investigation for insurance fraud at this point.
Yeah, definitely not the asshole here. So that was mine.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
Different
that was all
take.
over the place.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to take us for a little bit of a ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's next? Who I got? Well,
Who's ready?
I have one.
Okay, you go.
Okay. So we just went on a ride with that one. You want to go on another ride? You want to go on a ride?
Yeah, because mine is a ride also. We just did doozies this week.
Okay, so
she's like the wind.
Oh god. The title does not accurately reflect everything that's about to happen, okay? All right, you're going to go through many emotions. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't care if it's, quote, her turn? We're not naming our son Tuesday.
I love it here.
My wife, 28 female, and I, 28 male, have been together since we were 14.
Oh.
Oh, young love. All right.
We got married. We got married at 21 and had our daughter at 25. Last year, we were going through some marriage difficulties and decided a break would be in both of our best interests. We both just need a little time apart after being together for so long. So we split. And in this time, my wife felt pretty awful about herself. I initiated the break and ended up hooking up with one of her longtime male friends, and she got pregnant. At 6 months pregnant, we reconnected again, and we got back together. The face that Sushie's making, I love it. We need screen
caps or something.
Screen caps.
Print screen.
Okay, at 6 months pregnant, we reconnected again and got back together. Her friend had absolutely no interest in the baby. He had begged her to abort and told us he would not play a role in the baby's life whatsoever. We agreed and planned to raise him together. Anyway, that's the backstory. It's been 2 months since then, and we've been really late on the names. I know. The deal was I named our daughter Charlotte. My wife didn't actually like the name, but she agreed as long as she got to name the next kid, and she can name our next child. She came up to me yesterday and told me she was reading a book and found the perfect name. I asked her what, and she said Tuesday. When she first said it, I admittedly laughed out loud, and I asked her if she was serious.
I asked her, were you reading a fucking calendar?
That's my joke. She said yes, she was, and it's her decision. I followed her around the house and told her absolutely no way were we naming our son Tuesday. He get made fun of so much. My wife said no, he wouldn't. Lots of kids have unique names and aren't bullied. I told her that yes, unique names, not days of the week. She wasn't hearing it and pointed out she hated the name Charlotte and agreed on the basis she would get to name the next kid. I argued that's a totally different thing. Charlotte is a normal name. Our daughter won't get laughed at because of it. My wife got frustrated, and after arguing on and off for the rest of the day, she finally told me he wasn't even my kid. I just walked off, and although she came right back and apologized and that she didn't mean it, I was fucking pissed. I'm not talking to her right now, but I'm holding steadfast. We won't name him Tuesday. I don't think I'm the asshole at all, but some ammunition would be helpful when I explain to my wife exactly why it's such a ridiculous name. So tell me, am I the asshole?
Oh my God.
There is so much to unpack with this.
I was not prepared.
Okay, so there's a lot of little things I picked up and caught on, like, and it's just like, and it's not even like the normal things, but like I kind of get this weird mental image of like when someone says like I followed her around the house and something about like it's like this mental image of like two people walking around the house and someone like walking behind them, kind of like waving their finger, and this is why we won't do this. But
absolutely,
like both of these people, what is this situation? What is this situation?
Okay,
yeah. So, what do we call this?
Here, first of all,
it's messy. It's a messy situation.
Yes. First of all, this is not the first time I've heard of this. Oh, well, you name the first one, I get to name the next one. Why don't you both pick a fucking name that you like, because you're going to be screaming it into the hills for the next fucking 30, 40, 50 years.
And,
like,
also,
and then this argument was like, I didn't even pick the last one. I didn't like that name. Always comes up. Always.
And at the same time, how shitty are you of a fucking person or parent to sit there and go, I don't even like the name Charlotte, when you have the kid that's already named Charlotte?
Exactly.
Like, that is a shitty thing. I don't give a fuck whether you like the name or not, or whether at the time you didn't like it. That's the kid's name now. And if you're like, I don't like the name Charlotte, like...
Yep. Now, the other thing that I have a problem with is she got frustrated and just laid it on out. This isn't even your kid. Okay, well, he is literally stepping up and has decided that he will raise your child, who's not even his, as his own. And I guarantee you, if they don't fucking fix this, she's going to bring it up every single time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
wild.
And it's one of those things too that like there's somebody who says something that fucking cruel will like later on the line will like if they ever split will be like the same type of person who's going to try to get full custody or something for a child and she'll argue like, oh well, it's not even his and whatever the fuck, and it's very messy. It is a very messy situation, and it's
a very toxic and childish situation.
Well, they've been together since they were 14. No wonder.
But that was my point. Like, that's what happens when you fucking get together with someone before your brain is fully developed. And I feel like I say this every episode. Like, stop marrying people before you're 25. Just stop doing it. Stop. It's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. It never works because your brain isn't developed yet. It's just science.
Okay, so... I think that Tuesday is a nice girl's name, but I can already hear the "see you next Tuesday" comments.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the thing is, naming your son Tuesday, it just seems like it literally is setting him up for disaster. Like, it's setting him up to be made fun of for so many reasons. I mean, I could make fun of him for that.
God.
The kid isn't even born yet.
But yeah, it's that like, what is with these parents who don't really think about like the repercussions of, because these aren't like people who are like, these aren't our parents, right? These are people who are younger than us, and therefore, they went to school. They should know how kids are, because how kids are when we went to school, they were still little assholes. And I feel like they just kind of get worse as time goes on.
Yeah.
Because the kids get more involved with the internet and whatever the fuck. But like, you're literally setting your kids up for disaster to name them stupid names.
Yeah.
And it... Yeah, and
like trying to get a job and like, all these things matter.
I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that they'd fully doxed them, I'm curious what the last name is. My name's fucking Tuesday. Fucking what kind of last name goes with that?
Right.
What kind of middle name do you give
Tuesday Swayze. I mean, like,
oh God.
I'm behind that one. Yeah. What kind of middle name do you give, or no middle name?
Or is Day the middle name? And the first name's
Oh my God.
Tuesday Swayze.
I do have to hand it to them. They did actually spell it. They spelled it the way Tuesday is supposed to be spelled.
Okay, so they didn't like.
There was.
It's not like DAI at the end or anything like that.
D-A-E.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
there's no
like
E in that. Okay,
TOUZDAI.
right. There's no like weirdness.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly the name is irrelevant. Not that the name is irrelevant, but I feel like their fight is more telling than about their relationship than the actual name. Like I feel like it explains like the dynamics of their whole relationship. Well, you picked the name last time. I don't even like that name. You're not even the dad. Like all that is just like that's their relationship, and that's unfortunate. And I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like the name is not even the issue.
So here's the question: is he the asshole though? In this situation?
No, I think she's being an asshole.
I definitely think she's being an asshole.
I think she's the asshole, and I don't care if you guys had a deal. I don't care if you guys had a deal on who gets to name that's a stupid fucking deal. That's a dumb deal.
Not only is that a stupid deal, but like shit like that. If you're going to make a deal like that, there needs to be a within fucking reason or something, or like have like okay
caveats.
Have caveats, have fucking a couple of names picked out that like okay, which of these do you like the most? Backup names, something. Not just like, oh well, you named our daughter Charlotte, so I'm gonna name our son fucking Spray Can. I mean, like okay, like this is
Spray Can. I hate you.
I literally looked over the air fucking spray can, like just like it within reason. Come the fuck on with this shit. And
but why do so many couples do this though? What's so wrong with like picking a name out together?
I don't know. You're supposed to be
understand.
You're supposed to be compromising on so many things, right? Like why wouldn't you want to come up with a name that you both like? You're both going to be having to say this. This is your child. This isn't the family dog.
Right, it's not the dog. You don't have ownership over the person because you named. I don't understand this. Like it's your turn. It's my turn. It's your turn. Just like make a list of 20 names. Fucking get a bottle of wine. Throw a dart to the wall. Like I don't know. Do it together. Whatever you fucking have to do. I don't understand this. Like it's your turn. It's my turn. I don't get it. It's weird to me. But I don't have any kids. I don't have kids. To be fair, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. The official rating that everyone seems to be giving is everyone sucks here. And I don't know, like there are people like, oh, well, it's like naming them like Wednesday, like the Addams Family, like it's.
But don't use
the Addams Family as your fucking naming abacus. Like, okay, well, let's name my child Gomez. Like, fuck out of here. This is my
Uncle
son
Lester.
thing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
God.
This is my.
That's the full name, by the way. It's Uncle Lester.
This is my dog.
Not just Lester.
This is my son, Morticia.
Yeah.
Right. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh God, I just want to move on from this. I'm done.
So yeah, I think not the asshole personally.
I feel like not the asshole, but this whole situation sucks. I feel like this situation sucks. Not everyone sucks here. This situation sucks.
Yeah.
I wonder how much she likes dad jokes. Because, like, she's going to have to hear them every single... I think he should... If this kid gets named Tuesday, he gets to make all the dad jokes all the time. He just gets to constantly tell her, see you next Tuesday.
Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, God. I would never want to live my life with people saying, see you next Tuesday. Oh, God. That would really get on my nerves.
Right? You've heard the joke literally twice in this one cast, and you're already annoyed.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Done.
Like, I hope she gets. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see how everyone sucks here because, like, I mean, don't get back together with your pregnant girlfriend that you've had since 14.
14.
That's not your kid. Like that's like why why would you choose to?
Why would you choose that for yourself?
Why would you choose that drama?
Yeah.
I don't want to choose that drama. Give me interesting drama, not. Let me see that drama from over there, not from over here.
I don't want to see your family mess in the front yard because you know that shit's always in the front yard.
Oh my God!
Always.
How many times do you think the neighbors have had to hear her scream that it's not his kid?
Oh my God! It's gonna happen. So at least once a week.
Yup.
All right. Well,
Ugh.
The whole situation sucks. Maybe everyone sucks. Maybe not an asshole. But either way, what have you got for us, Sushie? Let's wash this one out of our mouth. And
Yeah, for real.
take us on a new ride.
Okay.
If anybody
Well,
else has any different opinions,
mine is
they can put it
a
on
whole
Twitter.
lot better,
Yeah.
and mine also takes you on many trips around the
Okay.
sun. Okay, so buckle up.
Whew.
Am I the asshole for telling my cousin that her kids are not special?
Oh no.
Here we go.
Whee!
Arms
Arms up, everybody!
This one is stressful and kind of long. I, female 35, don't like kids and never want any. My cousin, female 32, has 5. She dropped out of I know. That's where I was like, ugh. She dropped out of college and had her first kid at 20 and her youngest at 28. She just cannot wrap her head around why I never want any kids and is always asking when I plan to get married and pregnant. I feel like this is a conversation I have with people every day of my life because I'm 34 and single and like terrified of like I'm not terrified of having kids. I legitimately don't ever want to be around them for any amount of time.
She had 5 kids in 8 years.
Bro, her poor cooter, like yikes.
Like, imagine
I'm not judging, but it's just not for me.
I mean, God, you don't even get to enjoy like raising the other kids if you're just constantly fucking pregnant. Like
Yeah,
oh,
she's
man.
just constantly
Like,
in a
you're-
state of pregnancy. Like, oh God, whatever. But I mean, if that's your bag, that's your bag. That's just not mine.
Yeah.
Always asking when I plan to get married and pregnant. I told her several times that while both my partner and I plan to marry in the future, neither of us want kids. She always brushes it aside as, oh, you'll change your mind. I'd avoid this person completely, but I do run into her when I visit my grandfather. So she's like a peripheral cousin, I guess.
Okay.
Cousin also has this annoying habit of getting me to spend time with her kids to get me to see how great kids are. Now, I'm nothing against her kids, but they can be a bit rambunctious at times, and I just don't want to have to spend time with them. They're kids. I never really know what to say to them. I feel the same way. I'm always like, you're a child. I don't know. I curse a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My kid is my personality is not for kids. I never know what to say around them. I'm never around children. They just weird me out.
Yeah.
Cousin also refuses to discipline them and lets them run wild.
Of course.
Of course, naturally, right? Even in grandfather's house, according to her, these kids are angels and can do nothing wrong. And when they knock over grandfather's stuff or make noise when he's trying to sleep, it's adorable. The other day, she again tried to convince me to change my mind about kids with a, look how special and magical they are. Don't you want one? That was when one of her boys ran straight into the antique grandfather's clock. It wobbled, but thankfully didn't topple over. She seemed unfazed by this. I got really annoyed with her, told her, no, your kids aren't special. They're as annoying and unremarkable as you are.
Get her. Fucking get her.
Me. Me, baby. Your kids suck and so do you. Cousin started to cry and went to my grandfather to complain to him like she was 5 years old. I felt no need to apologize and left. Also me. Later that day, Grandpa called me and told me he understood why I said what I said, but it was a little bit harsh. What does Reddit think? Am I the asshole? Okay, so there's a big update and it's like, this is where the juicy juice comes out. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, do you want to talk about it first, or do you want to go dive
Okay,
into the update?
let's talk about it for a little bit.
Okay.
But just know that the real story's in the edit, though.
How old were they again?
So
They are the OP is 35 and the cousin's 32 right now.
Okay, so first of all, who at 35 or 32 whose grandparents are still alive and like calling you up and telling?
I think
Young
well,
families.
if the family was reared in normal age, which is something we clearly don't know about, as we discussed earlier in this episode, I think if the grandparents had children in their 20s and then their children had kids in their 20s, grandparents are still alive. But in our case, that doesn't work for us.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what it is.
That's very true. I mean, so before we get into the juicy part, just pure opinion is fuck these types of people. God, they're the worst.
Yeah,
like,
just mind your business,
mind
please.
your
It's so
fucking
exhausting.
business. Like, You know, like the whole idea of like, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have kids? I don't fucking know.
Why do you care?
Why do you
care? Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, it has no, like, I don't care. Well, you know, my kids could really use a cousin. I don't know. Get them some fucking friends. Great. They have you've had enough kids for the both of us. They're brothers, sisters,
they're
can be their friends. They
have friends forever.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them. There's no more need. Like, think of the Christmas presents every year. Like, stop
like,
this.
What does it fucking matter? When are you gonna die? When are you gonna die?
Right.
When are you gonna grow up and die?
We need equilibrium.
I'm not trying to be fucking overpowered and outnumbered by a bunch of little me's, all right? So
right? You know, I'm already an asshole. I don't need to clone myself and put myself in the world. I'm already a handful.
Seriously.
I don't need another one of me.
I don't understand this whole and it seems to really happen from more so from family members that I can tell. Yeah. Where a lot of family members are, when are you gonna add more people to this fucking family? I don't know. What? Do we really need more of
these? Can this family afford more people?
But like, why do we need more? Are we starting a basketball team? Like, what's the end game here? I don't get it. Like, well, whatever.
Whether people want to have kids or not, I don't really give a shit. You know, like, if you want to have kids, cool, have kids. If you don't want to have kids, cool, don't have fucking kids.
Don't have kids. But yeah.
You know, if I have a kid or don't have a kid, who gives a fuck? It's none of your goddamn concern. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, seriously.
It doesn't matter to anybody. Like, and so I feel like a lot of it, I mean, maybe I'm analyzing it way too much, but I feel like it's kind of like a weird, like, deep-rooted, like, insecurity or some shit. Like, these people have all these kids, and now there's, like, they want people to have, like, the same kind of life they have. Like, I don't have all that freedom. Well, maybe I should just fucking spread this misery out as best as I can. So they're all just as fucking...
Well, so interesting that you say that. Okay. Because that's kind of what the update's about.
I'm ready.
So are we ready for the update?
Yes.
Okay. I'm telling you the real stories in the update. Okay, I'm ready. Today, Today in the late afternoon, my grandfather invited me and my cousin to his place to talk and clear the air. As a peace offering, I baked a chocolate cake for her kids that I know they love. When she arrived, we both sat down with my grandfather in the study. I began the conversation by telling her I was sorry and that I did not mean what I said, that I have nothing against her kids, and I said what I said in a moment of anger. She accepted my apology, but then told me something I had not expected. Buckle up. She said she's always had a feeling that I looked down on her because she did not finish her tertiary education, has no career. I tried to tell her that wasn't true, but she cut me off. She reminded me of all the times I had invited other siblings and cousins to my place for parties, etc., but never her. I tried to tell her it was because I had more in common with them, but she kept talking over me. Then she decided to bring up something that happened over 13 years ago.
Oh, no.
See? The good drum roll. The real point of this post is coming up now. You see, her husband and I went to the same college and had a class together.
Oh, no.
He and I dated for like a month before I broke it off.
Oh, no.
He tried to convince me to get back together, but I refused. He had already met my cousin a few times and decided to date her to make me jealous. It didn't work. And a few months later, she became pregnant, and our family practically forced him to marry her. She fell pregnant. How did she know?
Man, I hate it when I trip and fall pregnant.
I've fallen down with a case of pregnancy.
It's so inconvenient. How did she know all of this? He told her. My cousin's husband had cheated on her a few years ago. One day during a fight, he told her since he couldn't have me, he had to settle for her.
Oh my God.
The son of a bitch went on to tell her about his plans to get me back by dating her. This must have crushed her. Now that I think about it, it was around the same time 4 years ago that she began pressuring me to marry and have kids. Her behavior and her reaction makes sense now. Then she looked at my chocolate cake and confessed that she's been throwing away all the cookies, cakes, etc. that I made for her kids because her oldest had once told her, my cakes are so much better than hers. She couldn't bear to hear her own kids praise my cooking over hers. She feels like she's inferior to me in every aspect. I was at a loss. My grandfather then interjected and told cousin that her life or the way her husband treats her is not my fault and she should at least seek therapy. She began to cry. I felt even worse. I don't blame myself at all for her woes, but I just have no idea how to help her. I asked if she wanted me to take the cake back or if she wanted to give it to her kids. She took it with a thank you. She then said she had to go home because she had to make dinner. I had to go home too, but my grandfather and I have agreed to discuss this at length soon. When her husband cheated, some of our relatives tried to get her to leave, but she says she doesn't want to break their family up. It's a resounding not the asshole. That's the whole post.
Yeah, definitely not the asshole. Like, for like all the extra details, she's still not the asshole. And that's kind of what I feel a lot of this. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like a lot of it comes down to this weird insecurity of like, you're living the life that I wanted to live. And I'm stuck with all these kids, which at the same time, I mean, fuck, it's on her just as much though. You didn't have to have fucking 5 kids. Like you could have at some point.
Right. That was a choice that you made. You chose to have 5 children. Yeah, so like, man,
I could understand like, okay, that first kid, that unexpected first kid or something or whatever the fuck. But like you continued to have them, you know, like you kept having kids. Like, and whether it was like fill a void in her fucking heart or emotional state or whatever the fuck, but
and that husband is a pure piece of shit.
No,
like I would love to punch him in the face. Like if I saw this man, oh my God, I would love to fisticuff with this man. However, she is definitely taking out her insecurities of her own life on her cousin, and yikes.
Imagine not only that, but like even to a slightly less degree, she's like even like in a way, like taking it out on her children. Like, your aunt like baked you this, or basically your aunt or whatever the fuck, second cousin, I guess.
Yeah, cousin.
Cousin once removed. Technically,
second cousin, I would think.
I don't know how to name that.
Cousin once removed, because second cousin would be like your parents. Your parents' cousin is your second cousin.
Oh, Jesus
so
Christ.
your cousin's kids are your cousins once removed. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, genealogy. So yeah, but like. Oh yeah, here's your fucking this cake for you. Never mind, it's going in the garbage. Like that's come on, like because
it's so vindictive and petty.
Yeah, it's very vindictive and petty, like
and childish.
100%. This woman needs to seek some therapy. She needs to get over this and needs to toss this husband. I think toss this.
She definitely needs to walk
the whole
away.
Man away.
She definitely needs to walk away
garbage.
from that. Yeah. She needs to walk away from that. That's really hard, and I hope that she does get. I hope she does get to talk to somebody, because that's really rough. Because she could have made those choices to not have those kids and not go through with all this, but then for the husband to throw it in her face and then to
He's fucking disgusting to even do that. Like, oh, I can't date the cousin anymore, so I'm going to go for the other one to make them mad. Like, first of all, you're a piece of shit, and I want to take your knees out for doing that. You're fucking gross. And then to tell the person that's what you did, you're an extra type of sociopath.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're like, he is disgusting, and that was awful that he did that to her. And she's definitely being verbally abused at least. And that's fucking terrible. However, she needs to like be introspective and seek therapy and remove herself and her children from that toxic situation and like throw that man away.
And this is another one of those situations too, where I feel like if she stays, then he's definitely going to throw that in her face constantly too during arguments.
And she doesn't deserve that. For your husband to be like, I didn't even want you. I wanted your cousin. Like, that's fucking disgusting.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I do agree with the grandfather that it's not OP's problem.
No.
It's not OP's fault that
her lifestyle
that she feels that way. But it is really sad, and I do feel bad for the cousin. I do hope that she is able to. Yeah, I do hope she's able to talk to somebody. About that.
Well, definitely not the asshole for sure. Hopefully, this woman gets some fucking therapy. But as for the OP, she's not the asshole in the situation. So
nope.
What a roller coaster!
All three of these were fucking.
Man.
We went for a fucking
I had to put on
ride.
I had to put on like 3 seatbelts.
Had to put on a little harness and make it click.
I have a parachute.
had to get that like that extra click in there that you push right before the roller coaster goes down, and then you realize you pushed it too far. And like, fuck,
we had that big metal bar on our waist where you can't get out.
Yeah.
You know, that was a lot.
Well. Normally, we like to separate the assholes from the relationships with a little bit of misconnections from Craigslist. But as we said in the last episode, we have a special story this week.
Oh my god!
That's gonna be coming from Sushie. So she's gonna take us on another ride. Tell us a little
I'm nervous.
Little story that she's been digging up.
Okay, so I grew up in New York. So there is this island called Plum Island, which is kind of an urban legend. And I'd like to preface this. This is all alleged. And it's an urban legend. So please don't email us any well, actually, blah, 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 because I don't want to hear it. It's just like...
Let us just enjoy the story, okay?
Let me... I'm sure it's all fake, and it might be, but just let me live with this, okay? It's my one fucking thing. It's like Sleepy Hollow. We don't have a lot going on here. We don't have cool, Portland stories with ghosts and pirates, just let me have this thing.
There's pirates here?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's pirates everywhere.
Yeah, there's pirates. There's just a lot of lore about, and it's true though that in port cities like Portland, and is Seattle a port city?
Seattle's
also?
LA port city. Yeah, more so than we are.
Okay, so there's just a lot of lore about there being trap doors in bars and stuff where men would go to bars and they drug them and just force them into ships and stuff to work.
There's a lot of especially in Seattle, there's a lot of hidden speakeasies and stuff.
Speakeasies and hidden tunnels underneath. It's all real though. You can go on tours and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Just let me live with my Plum Island nonsense, okay? Just let me live. Don't actually me. Okay? Okay. Oh God, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm going to give you guys the article so you can see the pictures.
Yeah,
ready.
We'll look through with you.
So fucking gross. Okay.
Yep,
oh my
God, this is exactly what I thought it was.
Just like the creature that Adrien Brody fucked.
No, it does not. Okay.
Stop it.
Okay, but this is exactly what I thought it might be when you brought it up the first time. I've definitely heard about this. I'm very excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, so Plum Island is, I'm not going to talk about this too long. I'm just going to go straight for the bullet points. Plum Island has animal disease control type of lab, right? Mm-hmm. And it's about 1.5 miles off the coast of Montauk, which is way out there. It's kind of between Massachusetts and Connecticut and Long Island, in that general area. It's out there. That was technically part of New York. So a weirdish looking animal washed up on the shore. And I remember this being in the news because it happened in 2008 or something.
I remember this too.
Yeah, I remember this happening. And it's curious. It's curious. It could be a number of things, but I can see why the concern and they're what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Came up. So it's officially it's where they study foot and mouth disease and things like that for agriculture, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Officially, that's the story of Plum Island. But allegedly, it's really I feel like I'm going to be on the FBI watch list.
and for those of you listening on Spotify and all that, if, on the YouTube anyway, I will put images in the YouTube video that we're looking at here.
Excellent. So. Yeah. I'll post both articles so you can just take a look at them.
Yeah.
These are there's a lot of nonsense, but these are the most concise articles that I could find that get straight to the point because they all kind of repeat themselves. So there's a lot of lore to this island. There was a Nazi scientist that came and developed something. It has a lot of different kind of UFO Area 51 type lore to it. Mm-hmm. It's our version of Area 51. Mm-hmm. We all kind of know about it and we just don't talk about it. So there's a lot of alleged animal experiments, and that's where this particular animal comes up because it looks like a cross hybrid between maybe a pig, a turtle, and a bird, I would say. officially the story is that it's a raccoon that just decomposed a bit, and I don't know, it kind of looks like it has a beak, but
it does. It looks like it has a little beak on it.
A beak or a turtle mouth.
Yeah, I could see a turtle mouth.
Like that pointy. But however, turtles are part of their shell. Like that's not how turtles are shaped.
Yeah.
Turtles can't slide out of their shell and they're like a little pig animal. That's not what they look like. Their spine goes round and up.
Yeah.
So it's not a turtle. It's not a turtle out of its shell. So it's definitely not that. And it kind of looks like it has feathers a little bit. I don't know. It also looks like it's been in the oven for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
So let me get to the meat and potatoes. Let's see.
It's definitely got it definitely has kind of like a hoof like legs too. Like the legs don't look,
but the official story is that it's a raccoon, but it's like there's something not right about it, but it could have just been deformed.
There's
I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong, and it is a raccoon that was pushed away for not being. Animals do that if a typical mammal thing, like if you're deformed or there's something off about you, the mother will just let it die. It could be one of those things. I don't fucking know. Okay, so where did this urban legend come from? Plum Island is a home to the state-of-the-art animal research facility, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center. In the past, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center was involved in the creation of anti-animal biological weapons, and this was supposed to end when President Nixon discontinued the program in 1969. Cold War-era speculation suggested that clandestine biological weapons research continued, with those suspicions proving correct. However, in 1994, a group of Russian scientists inspected the facility and found the Plum Island Animal Disease Center free from biological weapons. Additionally, the facility's separation from the mainland only increased suspicion among locals about the installation. It's also alleged that Lyme disease was developed here and accidentally got released into the public because Lyme disease is a tick-borne, blood-borne illness. So it is an island and there's wild animals on it. Because there aren't a lot of humans that go to this island, it is kind of like an animal sanctuary in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's alleged that Lyme disease, they were experimenting on ticks and somehow may have gotten out and went from a bird to Lyme, Connecticut, where Lyme disease was discovered. Which is not that far-fetched because it's not that far away. It's all kind of in the same area. So again, alleged, don't come at me. This is all an urban legend. This is just what we do in New York. This is just how we roll, all right? What is really being researched at Plum Island? Current research at Plum Island Animal Disease Center revolves around protecting livestock from diseases that have been eradicated in North America but exist elsewhere in the world, with most research involving foot and mouth disease. Blah blah blah. That's basically it. Any information on the weird stuff is from Jesse Ventura, so take that for what you will.
Yeah, for real.
It's just conspiracy theories. It's a lot of government cover up. So you can research it on your own if you want, but there's a lot of just disturbing stories. Just World War II Nazi scientists. It's just kind of interesting,
I love stuff like this, but I definitely draw the line at talking about Jesse Ventura because he's gone off the deep end with his conspiracy theories.
That's why I didn't even read that part of the.
Oh God!
There are books written on Plum Island and things like that.
I especially love any of the weird urban legend stuff that comes out around the time of any Cold War era stuff where you just. Science just was running amok everywhere in the world, and you have no idea who's developing what or what's happening. There's, I've heard about things about boats that have disappeared using weird projects with magnetism and all sorts of nonsense, and a lot of it's all probably bullshit. But you love to look into the what if.
I just love to hear about it, especially with this animal. So it's alleged that they do animal splicing experimentation, which is where this urban legend comes from with this particular animal that washed up. There was also a human man that washed up on shore.
Oh, yeah.
On some beach. Yeah, with the really, really long fingers.
Yeah.
Around the shore of where Plum Island would be. So there's just weird stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just weird. It causes a pause,
All I
when you
know
start thinking about it.
Is that Adrien Brody must be stopped.
I know.
He must
I know.
be
And
stopped.
there's a ton of security at this place, like a ton. There's like armed guards. Like there's a ton of security that doesn't make sense for what they're claiming that it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's an island. It's about 840 acres, I believe. It's like very high government clearance you need for foot and mouth disease. It just doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's just some things that like if you like weird conspiracy theories like I do, it just makes you go, that's interesting.
I
Like you're researching E. coli and like you need armed guards.
Yeah,
don't
and
know,
I
it's
also
just strange.
I think I've read somewhere where like you have to you can only get there by boat, right? So
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has to be like any type of like researchers or anybody, they have to be like ferried out to the island
Yeah.
to do anything.
Absolutely.
So that's I don't know, boats are creepy. So
Right.
Well, I think
It's like Shutter Island.
yeah. I think this is a good little middle story
know, it's a
here.
good
Like this
one.
good little change it up a little bit from our normal Craigslist
Yeah.
dumpster diving. It was
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
if you guys like these weird little creepy pastas, let me know because I love them.
oh my god, I love
we
them
can always
too.
we can always figure out a way to like throw them in either like maybe move the Craigslist stuff to a minisode or put this in a minisode.
Yeah.
We can figure out some way to get this sort of content out there or whatever as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's
yeah.
cool. I love this kind of stuff too. So it's
Yeah.
thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah,
And
no
I'll
problem.
definitely take the pictures that I find and I'll put them on the YouTube version of this podcast. So sorry to everybody on Spotify.
We're
and
gonna
iTunes,
shove this
but-
on Twitter too. So you should definitely follow
yeah,
Twitter.
We'll shove it on Twitter too.
Yeah, we could definitely put the articles there.
ESH podcast on Twitter. So if you are listening on like iTunes or Spotify, just check out the Twitter. We'll post the pictures there for you so you can see what it is we're looking at here.
It's disgusting.
It is a gross little
Whatever it is, it's gross and
Yeah.
get it out of my eyeballs.
Well, thank you, Sushie, for sharing this Plum Island story here.
Yeah.
problem.
We do have a couple of relationship stories we'll dive back into. Since if you guys don't mind, I'll go ahead and go. This is mainly because we're already talking about like diseases and stuff, and mine's kind of related to that. So I feel like it's a good segue into it. And also, I want to make a statement, and I want to get people mad. So.
Oh no.
Oh, perfect.
So
Nothing
okay.
good can come from I want to make a statement.
No. I want to make a statement. All right. So this one is titled "Best Friend Thinks Coronavirus is Fake," or is a hoax. My bad. Is a hoax. So
Yeah.
now I feel like it should be pretty clear where we all stand on this, considering what we say at the end of every one of our podcasts. But I'm going to read this regardless. My 28 male best friend, 29 female, and I have been friends since college, and I would say that it's been almost 10 years of knowing each other. She moved to Florida, well, that's problem number one, 3 years ago, and I currently live in Chicago with my boyfriend. Despite living so far away from each other, we video chat almost every other day and share most of our life experiences with each other. Also, I have flown down every year to meet her and spend a few days as a vacation. Her and I have been through it all in life, and this has been my longest relationship with a non-family member ever. Since the pandemic, she has been talking about how the coronavirus threat is made up and that she isn't worried about it. Meanwhile, I've been living in an entirely different world in Chicago. I canceled a trip to meet her this summer and have a trip to have her come up and meet me. So I don't believe we'll be seeing each other for a while. She has been frequently visiting the Caribbean and is currently booking more trips and has been inviting me to go with her. I'm curious how she's been going to the Caribbean because don't you need a passport, and U.S. passports are useless right now. So
Rico or the U.S. Virgin Islands.
True. I declined and explained it's not right time for me, to which she told me she's not scared and doesn't care about lockdowns or the virus. She said she understands what is happening in the world and understands the nature of lockdowns, but simply doesn't care. I told her I don't want the lockdowns anymore, but also that I don't want to risk my future by contracting an infection. She says that me thinking about the future is bad justification and doesn't sit well with her. Whatever the fuck that means. I took offense. Right, exactly. I took offense to this, and I accused her of being critical of my choice. Maybe I misunderstood her, or maybe Image misspoke. I respond by telling her that I don't care what she thinks, and that some of us have to live in reality. We both told each other we'll talk another time, and haven't said a word to each other for the past few days. I've been avoiding this conversation with her because I have some views about her choices and I didn't want to say. I'm currently reevaluating my friendship with her now because as I get older, I'm trying to surround myself with the right people. I find it inexcusable to be so selfish that you can't just stay home and be inconvenienced for a few more months while the world gets things under control. I think that there's a time and place to discuss views, but right now I feel it is not exactly the best time to be questioning my health choices. I also think it's very selfish and misguided to be visiting these third world countries and potentially spreading COVID-19. There is no way that visiting a half shut down country is enjoyable or worth the time and money. How should I move forward with her? Should I be trying to resolve this with her, or should I let her come to me? Should I allow this to ruin our 10-year friendship? Should I be expecting an apology, or should I apologize to her? TLDR, best friend thinks pandemic is a hoax and thinks I am wasting my life by social distancing while she vacations to the Caribbean. We butted heads over different opinions and haven't spoken in a few days. Now I'm evaluating the friendship. Edit, I'm also interested in reading perspectives/opinions on the feasibility of maintaining the friendship despite these philosophical differences. I included that edit because it was short, but also I wanted to touch base on the fact that they said philosophical differences. There's nothing fucking philosophical about this.
It's science.
It's fucking science.
Yeah.
Your friend's an idiot. Like.
Yep. Your friend's dumb. Cut him off. Don't have dumb friends.
Yeah. Like she is not giving a shit about her health, your health, or anybody else's health. This is not a philosophical debate. This is not anything that people should be debating to begin with. This is fucking stupid.
This isn't political. This isn't political opinions. This is literally fact and science that there is a pandemic right now. And she has said that she doesn't care about the lockdown. She doesn't care about the virus. She doesn't care about anything of the sort. And But herself. And for me, I don't care if I've known you for 10 years. If she told me this, bye. We're done. I'm not speaking to you again. If you want to apologize and accept that you were wrong in this situation, then you can contact me later. But I will not be contacted. I would not contact her at all.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And especially with a statement like saying how like thinking about your future is bad justification, and that doesn't sit well with me. Like what? What kind of statement is that? Yeah, what does that mean?
She said that out of anger and stupidity.
Yeah.
Because she's being called out on being fucking stupid.
So, because she's being called out.
This exact situation didn't happen to me, but friends-ish of mine, maybe in June or the end of May, I'm not sure, wanted to take a trip to Miami, and they were going to get like an Airbnb, and they went, and I was like, nah. What? Because my birthday's at the end of May, and they were trying to like sell it as like a birthday trip. I'm like, a trip? What are you talking? A trip? And they're like, oh no, we'll be safe. We'll social distance. And I'm like, why are you acting like I don't know you? You're going to get a bottle of Hennessy, act crazy, and go to a bar. Like, I already know you. You're my friends. I'm not doing this. And, you know, it's I watched them. I saw them go to fucking Miami and act like nothing happened. I was like, okay, well, I'm really glad that I stayed at home and streamed on Twitch from the safety of my bedroom.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think this is definitely. This is the hill to die on, and it's the, hey, this is a fucking real thing. Like, wear a mask, wash your fucking hands, stay home. Like, nobody wants to. Yeah, it fucking sucks. We're all miserable. Yeah. Like, we're all...
I would love to go on a plane and go to Miami.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I would love to go and visit any of my friends or family or anybody. Like, everybody had plans this year. You're not the only one who had plans, and now you're inconvenienced. We all had plans.
We all are. All of our careers are on hold. All of our travel plans are on hold. All of our lives are on hold. It's not just you. Like, stop being fucking selfish.
so fucking selfish, and really, it's just so fucking American. It was really, but like,
This is very Florida.
it's very Florida. Yeah, like she moved into the state that has like the fucking worst outbreak right now. Or like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, to be a denier in Florida, holy shit. So I just wanted to get a little mad and tell people to wash their fucking hands, wear a fucking mask, and social distance. And also, this person should definitely. I don't care if your friendship is 10 years. It doesn't matter. Like that.
No.
That's the statements that she made. Even if they weren't talking about something like this, if they were talking about anything, and someone goes, "You thinking about your future is bad justification for me," and that's not.
This is literally life or death. This is literally life or death.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do when she just shows up at his door?
Yeah.
Because she's been going all over the place, and she's not wearing a mask. She's not wearing a mask. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So this is life or death for me. And, she may not have to see anybody that she knows be sick or die from this, but maybe she should get a huge dose of reality with that. Maybe she should look at the news a little bit more often. This is absolutely insane to me. I don't care if I've known you for 10 years. I would literally break this off. Yeah. I would not speak to this person ever again.
Yeah.
No. I agree. Same. Like, it's one of those things. Like, there a lot of people have kind of shown, like, I don't want to say they've shown their true colors, but like really shown their selfish side with this pandemic.
Yeah, that's what it is. They've shown how selfish
they're showing how selfish they really
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Like, again, like, fuck, man. It's nobody wants to deal with this shit. It is stressful and tired. We're all beat down from it. We're all exhausted. But that's why you gotta fucking not travel so we can all get fucking through it faster. So we can get, and that's why
stop going out to bars and restaurants.
For fucking real.
The other thing is that he said he's interested in hearing the opinions on the feasibility of maintaining the friendship after this. And the thing is, you have to think about the fact that down the line, there's going to be those instances where she's going to talk about her trips and you're going to get mad all over again that she was fucking selfish during this. And this isn't something that's just going to...
It's not going to
go away.
Yeah.
This isn't going to go away. This is going to be brought up constantly. And what's going to happen next year if anything like this happens, like when they come out with an actual vaccine to help combat this, right? Is she just not going to get it? Right. And if she doesn't get it, how are you going to feel?
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much to, like, it's just not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. I mean, hell, you guys live in fucking totally different states anyway. If you're gonna cut somebody off, fucking, you got the perfect opportunity.
Now's the time.
Live your life with your boyfriend. Enjoy your fucking life.
Yeah. Yep.
She in Florida, just cut her off. Be done with it. Move on.
I mean, if I could just cut off Florida
if we could all just cut off
I'll
Florida.
do that. I'm fine with that.
Just grab a shovel, everyone, and start cutting at the border, and we'll get it.
We're gonna Bugs Bunny the shit out of this.
It'll be an island.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna Bugs Bunny the shit out of the state.
I'm ready to just cut Florida completely off.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
Man, God, I apologize for fucking how bad I read that. In the future, I'm just gonna start fucking. I'll probably copy these and like space them out myself, because if it's just one big paragraph, that shit is hard to keep up with when people don't use proper grammar or punctuation at 38 years old.
It's crazy because
28.
like I'll read, obviously I proofread them, but then like when you read them out loud, it's so much different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it
you
is.
just sound like you have like a 3rd grade reading level. I was like, no, I promise I'm not dumb.
Yeah, no, it's just very easy to lose your place when you start reading it out loud, because there's it's whatever.
There's no punctuation or spacing or anything like that.
All right, well, that was mine. So who's going to the next one here?
I don't know.
Well, Sam pulled hers.
I have mine up, so
okay.
I'm good. I'm good to rhyme. We were angry, so let's jump into this. My girlfriend, 31, burned my nether regions, 34, and my brother-in-law saw me naked. I'm mortified. How do I move on from this?
Burned? What?
All right.
Just grinding so hard that just fucking friction happens. And
Okay.
Friction, baby. We starting fires. Let's go.
This is gonna be good. Okay. I've been with my girlfriend for 2 years now. I love her dearly. We've been living together for a year, and her brother is staying with us while we're quarantining. The other night, my lovely girlfriend decided to make a spicy dish for dinner, which included chilies and jalapenos. Her brother was with the next door neighbor, so we had a little her and me time. We were drinking, having a good time. Me and my partner decided to take the fun to the bedroom. We started foreplaying, and I did my thing, and then her hand started wandering to my junk. It was feeling good, and then all of a sudden it got real spicy, and it turned from feeling amazing to me yelling in pain. She realized she mustn't have washed her hands properly, and now whoosh, my wang was on fire.
Oh my God. Wow.
She panicked and grabbed the glass of water next to the bed and shoved it over my junk.
Oh my God.
Note to others out there, boy, howdy. It didn't work.
boy, howdy.
It ended up being hotter than a Palm Springs pool party in summer. She said, oh my God, we need milk. Quickly, let's go to the fridge. I run out, sausage on fire, balls hanging out in hell with Satan, and this woman pours out milk quickly into a glass, and we plunge my goodies in the glass. We hear someone running into the kitchen. It's her brother saying, oh my God, what's wrong? I heard yelling. My partner jumps in front of me and the fridge and tries to conceal my body with the upper part of the fridge to hide this catastrophe. Instead, she did it a little too hard. I had both hands on the nether parts. The fridge door bounced back, knocked her in a weird angle. I tried to stop her from slipping, managed to do so with my free hand, but the luck dried up there. I ended up slipping. Milk went everywhere. Her brother slid and fell next to me. Love of my life is trying to preserve my dignity. She has her hand on the now upside down empty milk glass, covering my penis. Her hand is covering the top of the bottom of the glass. It's see-through, so brilliant news there. Her brother is now staring eye level with my wang and balls. My partner awkwardly says, so amigos, we need more milk. Her brother says, I have so many questions. Is there cookies for Santa? Is he coming early? I'm now frozen. No dignity left. I'm still on fire, and I now have milk in nooks and crannies that it should never touch. I slide across the floor because why stand up like a normal person? That's ludicrous. Let's wiggle across the floor like a motion challenged centipede. Yes, that sounds like fun, and hide in our bedroom for forevermore. My girlfriend played Your Sex is on Fire the next day for my alarm clock. Fuck my life. I haven't really spoken to my brother-in-law. I'm mortified. What should I say besides, hey, sorry about that? TD. He spelled it wrong, TDLR. 31 female.
Dong, get in the lead.
31 female girlfriend accidentally put my nether region on fire. We tried to cool it off. Her brother walked in. Super awkward. Please help with how to approach him.
I don't know. I don't know. You moved to a different country, I think. Like, I don't. I would dig a hole to China because I would be so embarrassed.
I mean, okay, so there's a lot of embarrassment there because one, you have the fact that like some random dude, who's not really a random dude, but some other dude just saw you naked, so there's that, and that's uncomfortable. But also, there's like, it's definitely when it's like, oh yeah, this is like her brother, so it's like, oh yeah, I was just getting ready to fuck your sister. Now you see me naked. Like, there's like a weird like,
yeah, there's
so much there to like that's just gonna be like uncomfortable like. Thinking about that, like,
ugh. Yeah, the whole thing is uncomfortable from the sister to the brother-in-law to the guy's wang that's on fire, and I just don't know where to start. The whole thing sucks. I hate it here.
I think this is just, you just need some time. You need time. And then later on in life, you'll be able to look back on this and laugh about the time that Uncle brother-in-law looked at your daddy's penis one time when it was in a glass of milk on the floor. Yeah.
No.
I mean, Why didn't she just wash her hands?
She probably did. She didn't wash them well enough.
Right.
Which sucks.
My
but,
God.
you know.
We're in quarantine. You got to be washing extra hard right now. You know, like,
Right.
got to get them nooks and crannies.
Those fucking things, you have to put like Dawn dish soap and like that lava soap
that
on
lava-
there.
you need that-
You gotta
Yeah,
wash your
you need
hands
that-
in lemon
Or
juice and
You
shit.
could just wear some fucking plastic gloves
Yeah,
and then
that's
throw
true.
them suckers away.
That's
Work
very
smarter,
true.
not harder,
Or
everyone.
you could put on the plastic gloves before going to town.
Yeah.
Do you
that
really
too.
want plastic
what?
glove friction?
Let's just wear hazmat suits all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm for this though. They're very
I'm
cute.
down.
We could have some designer hazmat suits that would be adorable.
Yeah, if we can get like advertisements, like MeUndies. I'd put MeUndies on, like a race car driver, like a NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on my
Like a-
hazmat
like-
suit.
What are they called? Like a fire suit or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Let's go.
This is just
Let's do
reminding
it.
me of I think it was The Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. Again, just gonna age us all here. There's a scene.
How old is AJ in one sentence?
He's putting his cardigan on right now.
There's a scene where like Leslie Nielsen and the woman of the movie, whom I don't remember her name, are about to have sex, and she's like, "Oh, do you have protection?" He's like, "Yeah, over here." And they walk off camera, and then they come back on the camera, and they're both wearing full body sized condoms. Like,
Hey,
So,
safety first.
if you
Wrap it
ever
up
wanna
before you smack it up.
you ever want to see Leslie Nielsen in a body sized condom? Trying to make out with a woman in a body sized condom, The Naked Gun is where you go.
I definitely need to see that then. No. I'm pretty sure I've seen The Naked Gun. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's probably just something you don't remember.
Yeah, it's something that I remember
Everyone's seen
seeing as a
it.
kid, and for some reason that part stuck out to me. But
Yeah.
what's happening here? I don't know.
I'm a small AJ.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen, Adrien Brody, and
Plum
Sam
Island
Elliott.
Monsters.
Sam Elliott. Oh yeah,
Elliott.
and Patrick Swayze. That's
Oh, yeah.
We covered all of the most famous important actors of our time.
Wow.
All of them. Oscar winners. All of
Oscar
them.
winners, and if they haven't
In
been,
my
they should
heart.
be.
In my heart, they
So
won some Emmys.
I agree. This dude just move. Just give it some time. Give it some
It's
time.
so embarrassing, though. I get it, man. I get it. That
It's
shit
definitely-
sucks.
And that sucks. But it, you gave us a humorous story at least. So
Absolutely. I laughed at you, not with
and
you.
he had to have found a little humorous, or he wouldn't have written it the way he wrote it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he had to find the humor in it himself. So
Uh-huh.
bring us home, Sushi. What you got for us?
Okay. All right. I, 24 female, don't want to furnish my guest room for my mother, 64 female, in my new home. This one might drive you a little batty. Okay. The TLDR is in the beginning, but I guess it's fine. TLDR, my mom is very excited that I'm going to have a spare bedroom. I'm flooded with apprehension. I don't know if my feelings are justified or not. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes. My partner,
hungry.
24 male, and I are moving into a 1,300 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhome this week. Our current apartment is a snug 350 square foot,
Ouch.
1-bedroom, 1-bath. Yeah, so they're doing pretty good. I've been working from home out of our bedroom since mid-March. This hasn't done wonders for my mental well-being. Moving into a bigger place has been a light at the end of the tunnel these last few months. I'm particularly happy about having a second bedroom, as my partner agreed that I should turn it into a home office. I expect to continue working from home for quite a while longer. In my excitement, I told both my parents all about the new place as soon as our application was approved. Context on my parents are divorced. They live in my hometown, roughly an 8-hour drive away. When I mentioned the second bedroom in the townhome to my mom, she immediately began talking about staying in her guest bedroom. I told her that I was going to turn the spare room into a home office, but she just replied, with a sleeper sofa.
Oh my God.
She then began, I know. I already feel like I know this woman. Like, I feel like I've met her already.
It's me.
I've met the daughter and I've met the mother, unfortunately. I know both of them. She then began talking excitedly about how she'd be able to drive up and visit, quote unquote, often. I didn't know what to say, but something in my gut turned. My mom works at an airport in a COVID hotspot. I have asthma that gets worse when I get sick, so I can't take any chances with COVID. Knowing this, my mom has been trying for months to push me to visit her, and she's been asking repeatedly if she can come visit me. She has outright refused to quarantine herself for 2 weeks prior to seeing me. I put my foot down and told her that any travel was out of the question, and she kind of accepted that. She still complains about it every time we talk, though, and she still asks even though she knows the answer is no. Recently, she asked me if I needed her to come visit to help me move. After that didn't work, she asked if she could come visit in August to see the new place and celebrate her birthday. I felt guilty about saying no, so I gave a very non-committal response. At this point, I'm not even sure if I'd want to see her, even if she did quarantine for 2 weeks beforehand. My mom gets way too pushy when she doesn't get her way and makes me very uncomfortable. The problem is she's also extremely giving and generous, so it makes me feel guilty denying her requests. That is a toxic personality trait. That's gaslighting.
Yes.
Sorry about your narcissistic mother, but that's a classic narcissistic sign. She constantly offering to give me money I don't need, and she tries to lend a helping hand in every situation without being asked. She has offered to pay for graduate school for me and pay for my living expenses because she wants me back in school. We had that arrangement when I was an undergrad, but the money was never as reliable as she said it would be. Having independence and a stable job has been a godsend. I'm never relying on her financially again. I almost think she's generous so that she has leverage to push people around with. Hello. I don't think she's doing it in a conscious, malicious way, though. I think she does it because having control and feeling like a good person makes her happy. In the past, when I've told her no, she's gone straight to guilting me. On one occasion, she wanted to stay the night with my partner and I in our tiny little apartment. I told her that my partner's family, who live in town, would be more than happy to have her as a guest. In fact, they'd already prepared the guest room for her. She cried and said, I didn't want her. And she basically had a meltdown.
Oh my God.
I told her I know. I told her we didn't have room or an air mattress, so she'd have to sleep on the floor. I told her that this is 100% unacceptable and that I would not allow my mother to sleep on grubby carpet. She then threatened to drive all the way back home overnight after having driven all the way from home that day. When we didn't back down, she went through with the threat. I couldn't sleep that night out of fear, worrying about her crashing the car from sleep deprivation. My partner has held my mother in poor regard ever since that incident. He really doesn't want her to stay with us in the future. I could blame things on him and tell her that he's the reason why she can't stay with us, but that's not fair to him. Plus, she might try to retaliate in some way, and I don't want that. Actual TLDR, after writing out my feelings, how do I tell my mother that my home office isn't her guest bedroom? How do I tell her that she can't come visit me in August? I don't even want to have her sleeping on an air mattress in my home office because I'm uncomfortable leaving her alone with my belongings. She has gone through my things at least once in the past. She keeps texting me, asking me how moving is going. Every time I see her text, I feel a mix of discomfort and guilt. It makes me want to throw my phone away. Reddit, please help. Yikes.
Oh, yikes indeed.
Yikes.
Why is it always these mothers?
It's always toxic mothers.
It's always toxic mothers. Like what is this? Like why is that
Yeah. I don't like that financial manipulation where it's like, I'm going to give you money, but you have to do what I say. Give me money or don't because you want to see me succeed, not with a fucking caveat.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. How old is she? How old is the daughter?
24 and the mother's 64.
Oh my God. Okay. So
we've all met this mother.
I know.
We've
I don't
all
even
met
know.
this mother.
I don't even know
we could all count like, oh, that's this person. Yep.
I don't even know where to begin with this because I don't feel
we
like
might not have to say anything because the whole fucking shit sucks.
Yeah, I feel like there's not any one solution to this because she is such a habitual gaslighter.
Yeah, and it sounds like the OP understands, like she's emotionally intelligent enough to see what's going on, but it's still her mother, and that's what she's conflicted about, and I get that. I 100% get that. I definitely have gone through this in my life where it's like I am emotionally intelligent enough to see that this person is off and manipulating me and et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, it's still your mother. So what the fuck do you do? This whole situation sucks, man.
Well, now the problem is that she... What was the fucking... Why couldn't she just stay at the other house where there's room?
Yeah.
Come
Get a hotel room.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be such a brat? Like, get a if you have enough money, like, let me tell you, graduate school is not fucking cheap, okay?
No, it's
If you're
not.
like, I'm going... So they have some sort of nest egg or money.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. So if there's no room and your daughter doesn't want you to sleep on the floor, which is absolutely like that makes sense. Like, I'm not sleeping on the floor. I'm no one's mother, and I'm not sleeping on your floor. Like, if that's all you have for me, I'm getting a hotel. That's it. Gotta go. So if you don't want to stay with the boyfriend's parents, get a hotel. But you're gonna be like, no, it's about me. I want to stay with my daughter. Like, fuck off. Ugh.
Yeah,
Not like that
the gaslighting and the whole like, oh, you have to set up this room exactly like it's not you.
The entitlement.
Yeah, it's the entitlement. Like
yeah.
the whole idea of like this, like your home has to be set up to my standards. It's not your fucking home.
No, it's not your second bedroom.
Yeah, it's not your second. That's not how this works. And again,
she's got this to work. It's her job. That's it.
Yeah. Plus, as she stated, she's fucking worried about the fucking disease right now.
Yeah.
Like just like we were fucking talking about. This shit isn't. This is life or fucking death. This isn't like, oh, it's an inconvenience to you. I don't give a fuck. Go sleep somewhere else. Yeah, I feel bad for her. That gaslighting mothers though, man. Like,
she doesn't care about her daughter. She works in an airport, in a very populated airport. And she doesn't care about her daughter enough, knowing that she has asthma,
right,
to quarantine herself for 2 weeks before she comes to visit.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a combination of toxic, narcissistic mother / a boomer that's denying the pandemic. I think it's a really bad combination.
It
of
is,
both.
which
it's a very boomer entitlement, like you know, that personality
for real. I feel bad for her. I think our best bet is to just fucking be honest and be brutally honest though.
Yeah.
Like that's all she can do.
Yes. That's kind of what the comments are saying. Don't put it on your partner. You just have to say, you
definitely
know,
not.
Yeah.
She just has to put her foot down.
Yeah.
Literally, just continually.
Don't take the bait because she's gonna like guilt trip you. Like you already know she's gonna guilt trip you.
Yep. Don't fall into the guilt trap. Don't. Put your foot down,
leave any room at all for any type of like, oh, but you said that you were gonna get a sofa bed. No, I didn't.
Nope.
I didn't say that.
No.
I never said that.
You
like,
said that shit.
To be very like black and white with people like this. So there is no room for interpretation. Because this person will show up with luggage one day and be like, I thought we agreed that you were going to get me a Bob's pull-out couch.
Yeah.
Bitch, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Where did I say that? And they make you feel crazy. They make you feel crazy.
Yep.
She's just going to have to stand her ground.
Stand her ground, put her foot down, and regardless, when the arguing starts, again, state her piece and then walk away. You know, like, because another thing too is just make the statement and be done with the conversation. Like you said, there's no room for interpretation. This is my feelings. Now I'm done talking about it. I'm going about my life. Like,
I'm working from home. I worked very hard to get a 2-bedroom townhouse. One room is going to be my home office, which for my mental health needs to 100% be a workspace and not / a bedroom, because my other living situation was ruining my mental health, which is a concern, and she's right for feeling that. That's completely normal. And it is, if you are working from home, you should have a dedicated space that is 100% work, that you can close the door and leave work in there.
Yes, exactly.
Walk away. So your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen is not also your workspace, and that's very important for mental health. So she is emotionally intelligent to know that. And at 24, I feel like she's doing pretty good. Like, she has an idea, like, she's right, but she's having insecurities and telling her mother no, which is tough. I understand that it's fucking tough.
She's also in her early 20s, so I can see where the whole like, oh, this is still my baby girl kind of treat her like a child kind of bullshit comes from. And she's really just, she needs to stand her ground, remind her mother that she's a grown-ass adult woman who this is the reality right now is she has to work. She's got to pay these bills to afford this townhouse. And so that office is that's her home anyway. Even if she didn't want a fucking office, she wanted a sex dungeon. Like, that's her fucking house.
Like,
literally.
It's her house. And you're not entitled to a second bedroom. No. You're just not.
This is that whole scenario too with the older generation. They had these extra rooms and they turned them into guest rooms, but
that was their choice.
But that was their choice. But also, how many times did they have fucking people over? Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, how many I can think of all my relatives always had guest bedrooms and no one ever came to visit. No one ever, like, it was like once, twice a year. Like, you're really going to let that room
Christmas
go
and Thanksgiving,
to waste for that?
It's their version of the grandparents who have the family room that nobody can go into.
Oh, yeah.
They have their living room and they have the family room. It's the boomer version of that. Oh, it's our guest room.
Oh, my God. My family's like that. The second bedroom that no one, I mean, not the second bedroom, the second living room.
The second living room.
You can't touch the furniture.
Yep.
Everything's covered in plastic.
Yep.
Oh, God. Caribbean people are so annoying. Fucking Caribbean people. God damn it.
My grandmother had that room, or my grandparents had that room where we were only allowed to go in there for Christmas.
Yeah, take your pictures.
That's how it was for my grandparents.
Everything is covered in plastic.
Everything is covered in plastic. No one bring any drinks in there. No one bring any food.
Windex your couch. A fucking pleasure couch. Like, what the fuck?
My grandparents had like a weird like shrink chair in that room. I don't know.
Really?
Like,
long. Chase lounge?
Yeah, they had that. They had that, and they had a couch that had like this like sheepskin on the back of it. But like, and then the walls had like the built-in bookshelves.
Oh,
and both sides of those bookshelves had these books that had like the golden pages or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the spines, I have no idea what the books were, 'cause they were all like they were all like books, but like they didn't have the titles on them. You know, it was like these weird, like, decorative old people books. Like, what the fuck books are these? I have no idea, because they're all the fucking same. And they all have gold pages, but I don't know what the titles are, and they're just there. But
don't touch them either. Don't you dare touch them.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
But get in there for Christmas and then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, God. This overbearing parent shit has got to stop. And people, especially this year, are not fucking dealing with it.
No, because there's no escape.
There's no escape.
Yeah.
No, you're right. There's no escape.
I have a feeling that's why so many millennials like are choosing not to have children, because we're becoming more and more awake to like a lot of parents shouldn't have had children. Not everyone should have had kids, right? And they have their own mental issues that kind of generationally get passed down, unfortunately. And I feel like a lot of millennials, older millennials and Gen Zers are realizing that like our parents are more fucked up than they lead on.
Yeah.
And we don't want to continue this cycle. So this shit's wacky.
I feel around the age of like 24, 25 is when you really kind of like are able to get like a look at your parents from a adult human perspective, and less of these are my
when you
parents.
can see them as people and not just your parents. Yeah.
Like when you're around 24 or 25 and you can really kind of look at your parents, and you can start really seeing like the not the cracks, but just like the problems or their insecurities too. Like, like you grow up as kids, like, you don't really think about your parents having insecurities. They're your parents. They're super people. Whatever the fuck.
They're supposed to be super people, but they're not. Sometimes your dad is just an asshole. Like sometimes you have a shitty dad.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have a toxic mom. And sometimes they get together, and sometimes they're awesome. Like, I love it when people have fantastic parents. I'm always so happy when people have like normal relationships with their parents, but sometimes like two shitty people get together and procreate.
Yeah.
And it's not anyone's fault.
Well, what a note to end on.
Sorry.
What a note to end on. But we were all over the place with this one, and that was good. That's good. We I like for the most part. I want to laugh at these stories. I want to joke about them. But every now and then, we got to take these roller coaster rides and some more serious shit. Like every now and then, not all the fucking time, but just every now and then we'll have our little more serious ones. And I'm sure next week we'll get into more fucking cum in the drain or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what sort of cum story
Butter
Sam's
Bandit.
found for us. Butter Bandit.
You know what? I'm not sorry.
Yeah. If we can make people go to therapy, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not all fun and games. I love making people laugh and I love bringing people joy. But if people realize that, like, if I read this and are like, oh, that sounds like someone I know, go to fucking therapy.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Stop hurting other people because you won't go to therapy.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
It's very true.
There it is.
Yep.
That's the fucking. If you're gonna take anything from this episode, take that. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But let's wrap it up here. We are done with another episode. If you guys are listening on any of your podcast services you found us on, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, thanks for listening to us there. Leave a comment, leave a review, give us that 5 stars on iTunes. Do whatever you're doing there. If you're on YouTube, get us subscribe. Even if you're listening to some other service, go to YouTube. Use one of your mini Google accounts and just fucking hit that sub button.
Please, we need that URL. Come on.
19 people away from getting that unique URL.
Let's go.
We got this.
Yep.
So everyone sucks here. You can just easily if you just search it on YouTube, you'll find us. Follow us on Twitter at ESH Podcast and leave us, send us emails. Everyone sucks your podcast at gmail.com. I'm AJ. You can hit me up on Twitter at It's Simply AJ.
I'm Sam Without a Plan on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram.
Ooh.
I am Sushie IE Monster on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram also.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, we will hit you up next week. Enjoy this episode and stay tuned for next Monday. You will be getting another mini-sode as well. So remember, guys, every Monday we got mini-sodes and every Wednesday are full episodes. So that being said, we are gone. We're leaving. Okay, think about Patrick Swayze. She's like the wind.